Game of the day. Michaelozbl versus Poland. Adder versus Jess.
Welcome back to the channel, folks. Sam, the original guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another lively game of the day. Today, folks, we got ourselves a match on Timbuktu's Edge. This is a baseline matchup with airport, double port, and comm tower support. We got a black belt on the HQs for this one, folks, to get rid of those little shenanigans when it comes to HQ caps. Now, we got a Poland versus Michaelozbl matchup here today. Michaelozbl, very fun guy, very nice guy indeed. Poland, one of the best live players to ever do it, folks. Now, if we take a look at this map, as we can see here, folks, this is your standard two-base airports matchup. Now, the ports don't really come in play too often in this one, folks, but if you were to build a port, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your battleship range is pretty significant, folks. You are able to hit the vast majority of the map. As you can see here, folks, this entire area right here, that is battleship territory, folks. Now, I think it does actually go down here and there, but either way, folks, there is definitely a battleship potential here, folks. Now, you don't usually see battleships on this matchup. You see a lot of tanks, maybe a few artillery, lots of air units, folks. That is what Timbuktu Edge is all about. It is about ground units with a little bit of air tossed in, folks. Now, we do have that two-base dynamic, folks. So normally you see infantry go over here and try to grab the comm tower, but it is also forced to go up north and try to grab these properties here, folks. The corners are actually fairly contested when it comes to this matchup. This base over here will be basically soloing this entire edge of the map over here, folks. Now, you are able to split your forces and go mid. Both bases have the potential to go mid in this one, but more likely than not, we are going to see a split game here, folks. We are going to see fighting right here, and we are going to see fighting right here. Now, you do tend to see a few units sitting on the cities and guarding that center, but whether or not we're going to be seeing that in this game is entirely up to these players, folks. These are two fantastic live players, so I think we're going to be having ourselves a really good game here, folks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what went down in the live league today. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. On the first few days, folks, you all know the deal. It is the standard infantry builds because you got to get the infantry on the field, folks. It's the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. #2 priority in Advanced Wars by Web. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for all that hot live league action, folks. Now, we can see the infantry are already being deployed, folks. Michael already sending one of his infantry to the middle. Poland also sending one of his infantry to the middle. This is your standard play for this map, folks. Now, I do sometimes see people skip capturing the port. Now, some people will skip capturing the port, and that's perfectly fine. The reason being why some people may choose to do that is because the comm towers do actually become very contested later on here, folks. Poland breaking the meta right now, busting out the recon. The day 4 recon has been introduced to this matchup, folks. What a flippin' recon it is. This guy is going to be able to attack the corner of the map viciously, folks, but it is also going to be able to defend the middle of the map as well. So we can see here the recon is already rushing forward. Now, with that recon, it will make it very difficult to capture the comm tower. However, if the recon is used to interrupt the comm tower, then it is going to be destroyed by a tank. Michaelozbl's tank here, purchased over here on day 4. deployed on day 5. Let's see where it goes, because Poland has already busted out a tank as well. Second tank by Michael. Second tank coming out here for Poland. Now, Poland is ahead by a recon when it comes to vehicles right now, which is very interesting, folks. Very interesting indeed. Michael's got 9K in the bank, bust out the 3rd tank of the game. Let's flippin' go. Let's go. Boom. Tank doesn't even go mid. Very interesting. Tank is going to go up north to defend. Now, the reason why it's going up north to defend is because this recon is in position to interrupt this capture. If Poland so chooses to be super adventurous with his recon, he could send it up to attack the infantry, which will result in the destruction of the recon, but will also result in a tank brawl. So whether or not Michaelozbl wants to get in a tank brawl against Poland, that is completely up to him, folks. He's his own man. Boom, we got the engagement, folks. Does 50% damage over here. Pretty significant chunk of damage, not gonna lie, folks. And we got the tank chain. Poland, classic Poland tank chain up north. Infantry retreats. Tank goes up and occupies the city and takes the engagement. So this will put Michael in a very sticky situation, folks. It is going to put him in a sticky situation because he's not in a position to capture his comm tower yet, and he's going to lose that corner income. Meanwhile, Poland is going to acquire that corner income. So it's going to be a very dicey situation, folks. But Poland's not going to be able to attack the tank in the corner. Recon's forced to retreat. So temporarily, Michael has secured his position in the corner of the map, folks. It does look like the comm tower is going to be denied, though. Michael is unable to capture the comm tower due to Poland's position here. 3 tanks in the middle, 2 tanks coming over here from Poland. Now, Michael not really too far behind with the tanks. You know, he's got them on the field. They are going to be able to rush up and cause some damage here. But, oh my God, would you just take a look at that, folks. Michael being super aggressive with his infantry, sends it forward, attacks the infantry that is able to interrupt. Now, that will technically work long term. Unfortunately, the infantry will still be able to interrupt because Poland, playing as Jess, has that 110% firepower threshold on those tanks, should be able to do at least a minimum of 80% damage to the infantry on the road. So let's see if this is going to occur or not. Still going for the comm tower, takes the engagement against the infantry, and then goes in for that interrupt. Yep. Very, very good. Can't deny it, folks. Can't deny it. It was a good move indeed. Now, Michael and Poland have both busted out a battlecopter on the map here, folks. Now, as we know, Jess does have a decreased firepower when it comes to infantry and when it comes to air units and sea units. Her increase in firepower only comes from the land units. Land vehicle units have that firepower bonus. Battlecopter's not going to have it. Adder, on the other hand, has no day-to-day abilities. He is base firepower on everything. But considering that he does have the side slip and side winder, giving him that +1 movement, I do give the edge to Adder's battlecopters in the long run here. So if Michael decides to start this air war against Poland, it is likely that he is going to be able to win long term. Poland might have to bust out an anti-air. He might have to do it. We have another interrupt over here. Occupation of the tile. City has been occupied, folks. That city is not going anywhere. Okay, Poland being super aggressive with one of his tanks, putting it all the way forward, interrupting the comm tower. But, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Poland's gotten the comm tower, folks. Now, that means Jess's infantry are going to be base firepower infantry, but those tanks on the field, folks, they have 120% firepower bonus right now. That is the threshold needed in order to get those 2-hit KOs. Michael, not letting it bother him one bit, folks. He is going for a KO and a capture down south. Very nice indeed. And, oh, would you take a look at this, folks? He is going to town. He is going to town. He is taking the engagement. 6-7 engagement. Oh, another engagement and a double tap on the tank on the city. That is 4 engagements with the tank backed up by a battlecopter right now. Very strong engagement for sure, folks. And it would appear that at least temporarily this tank is safe from this tank up here. However, Jess, with that co-power, could potentially wrap around here and tap it. And the co-power could easily be acquired from attacking some of these tanks in the middle. So we might be seeing a mid-turn power, maybe a tank sacrifice to power. Yeah, tank sacrifice to power, folks. That's what we got going on here, and it is happening. This is +1 movement plus additional firepower on those land units. Let's see it happen, folks. Oh, a fatty hit right there, and the battlecopters are moving into position. Now, considering that this battlecopter over here is actually in range of this one, once the side slip hits, I think that is an intentional move. Mostly because if you go in and attack a battlecopter with battlecopter reinforcements, the battlecopter that attacks is actually the one that loses. So unless Michael backs up his battlecopter with another battlecopter, it's going to start a wild chain of events, folks. Oh, and look at that flip and wraparound over here. And oh my god, Po1and just going to town. He is going to town on Michael right now, just getting multiple KOs here. How is Michael going to respond? How is he going to respond to such reckless hate over here from Po1and? Just walking up and just doing the flipping damage, folks. We got so many frontline tanks here. How is Michael going to respond? He's going to attack with the battlecopter. He's going to interrupt with the infantry and then activate a side slip. Only a side slip, folks, not a sidewinder. Side slip to get a battlecopter hit. Clears one of the tanks. Well, it doesn't clear it, but I mean, if he attacks it with the 2 HP tank, it's obviously cleared. All right. Oh, interesting. So he brings the tanks back to get healed. So he joins 2 tanks back to get healed. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Very curious. Very curious, that move. It would appear here that Michael is fully reliant on his battlecopters right now. He is 100% relying on those battlecopters being able to do the damage, folks. But Michael is also flipping a Po1and property down south, folks. If you did not catch it here, folks, this little guy right here, he slipped in here James Bond style in order to capture this property. Now, if he gets that property, that is going to put Michael in a position where he makes 19,000 funds per turn to Po1and 17,000, which can be a pretty hefty difference long term, folks. So let's see if that plays a factor in the way this game is going to go. It looks like he is going to get another property here as well. That is guaranteed, folks. That is going to be guaranteed. That's going to be 20k in the bank every day for Michaelozbl. Ooh. But Po1and going heavy up north, folks. He is definitely potentially going to be acquiring this property. It will be difficult in order to stop this capture. He could go in with infantry and get an interrupt. I think this infantry should be able to do enough damage to this in order to stop the capture, but if he does that, he's got no infantry sitting on the city as well, folks, and that alone can be pretty dangerous. Boom, we got a battlecopter engagement. Battlecopter clear. Another battlecopter coming in, folks. This is the flipping battlecopter show from Michaelozbl. He is loving his battlecopters right now. Oh my god, tank sacrifice. Oh, in the 1 versus 1, folks. You absolutely love to see it. You hate to see when your 1 HP tank loses against another 1 HP tank, but there's something really satisfying about seeing your 1 HP tank be able to destroy another one. It's oddly satisfying, and it's one of those little things in Advanced Wars that just makes it really good, folks. Makes it very, very good. Day 13 over here. Po1and is just a few short charge away from getting another turbocharge. There it is. He could potentially bust out that turbocharge and do massive damage, but he doesn't actually really have the units available to get a full frontal assault with that turbocharge. So it looks like he's going to be banking it for a little while here, folks. Definitely not a bad idea. Has a strong position up north here. 77,800 value. 20 units on the field. Michaelozbl, definitely ahead in unit count, is going to be able to clear a few units here. Now, Po1and is a well-known brawler when it comes to Advanced Wars. He's well known for brawling, folks. So he's not necessarily what's the word? Being behind in unit count isn't new for him. You know? It's not new for him. He can be used to it. So he might be able to still make it work. But we have a tank. Ooh, battlecopter sacrifice to get the 1-hit KO. Oh, and we got a 9 to full. Oh my god, Michael finds the play. He finds a solid move over here, going for the comm tower, capturing his own comm tower. This is a double comm tower capture scenario here, folks. If he can get both of them, oh my god, it is going to put him in such a powerful position. However, they both can be interrupted here, and I believe that Poland is going to be busting out an overdrive. The super co-power from Jess is going to be +2 movement and much more additional firepower, folks. So let's see what he does with this one. Gets an attack, gets a clear, and gets a copter destruction over there up north. Takes out another copter, double taps an infantry. Unfortunately, it is just infantry, so it's not really guaranteed to kill, especially with the additional defense from the co-power, folks. I do know that I have a few newcomers to Advanced Wars by Web that have been watching my videos and stuff, folks. So I'm just gonna briefly explain that when you use a co-power, it will actually give you an extra 10% defense on all of your units. So if you're sitting on a city, which would normally give you 30% defense, the extra fire or the extra defense that you would get from the co-power would raise it up to 140%. So in order to break a 140% defense, you need like 140% offense, I believe, or something like that in order to do it. The only people that can really do that effectively are Grim with a comm tower, or yeah, like Jess with a super or normal co-power. It's very difficult to do it, that's what I'm saying, folks. So definitely watch out for that. Watch out for the defenses. They'll catch you off guard if you're not prepared. Michael, though, you know, he's totally prepared. He understands. Poland, he understands. They both understand the dynamics of Advanced Wars. You know, they got it covered. Now, boom, another tank strike over here from Poland. So despite the fact that just like a turn ago, he was going to be several units behind, now he's caught up. He's got 20 units on the field, folks, but he can't push into Michaelozbl's territory just yet. He doesn't quite have the firepower needed in order to do so. Michael also has a co-power available to him, and pushing down south right now with absolutely no units, Michael might be able to just push over there and grab some territory, folks. He's still ahead, 20 to 17. Now, for some people, 20 to 17 might not really be that much, folks. You know, you can still effectively buy your 2 tanks or your battle club to tank infantry combination every single turn. However, once you start getting into a little bit more than that, Michaelozbl right now, he's able to build the classiest unit in Advanced Wars, the classy medium tank. He can do it. He can buy it if he really, really wants to, and he can buy it every single day. Poland is unable to do that. Poland could buy the classiest unit in Advanced Wars and an infantry. I guess he could do it if he wanted to, but if you're eating repair costs, you're unable to really do it, folks. Not effectively, at least. Do need a little bit more money in order to do that. Now, would I suggest busting out the classiest unit in Advanced Wars, the classy medium tank, every single turn in live? Yes, I would. Absolutely. Always do it. Always be busting out the classiest units, because it is the classiest unit, and it's the most wonderful unit in Advanced Wars. So definitely do it. Boom, got another engagement over here from Michaelozbl, taking out that tank. Got another one, and another one, and another one. There we go, folks. Even an infantry is attacking a recon down south. Now, it will be difficult for Michael to push in down south, at least temporarily, with the battle copters positioned over here from Poland, ready to strike down south, like flipping hawks in the air, just waiting to see a little gerbil or a little rat swooping in and taking it out. All right, Poland might be reacquiring some income here. Boom, takes the engagement, takes another engagement. There we go, folks. Now, once again, it is possible for Michael to interrupt this, and Michael is actually out of time, folks. He is playing on increment. He's got no time in the bank. What is he going to do with no time in the bank, folks? We have absolutely no idea. We don't know what he's going to do with no time in the bank. But it is day 17, and now he's got 2 minutes. Poland down to 3 minutes. We'll be at 5 minutes next turn. So he's got a little bit more thinking time, but not by much, folks. Not by much. Michael busts out the co-power, the side slip. And he is going to be slipping in here, folks. He takes the engagement with the tank, And because of that additional movement, manages to get the infantry strike, takes another strike on an infantry, and using these copters brilliantly, just moving them forward, taking the engagements, takes an engagement up north. Oh my god, the center is being hit now, and oh, even an anti-air strikes a tank. Oh, you know when the anti-airs are striking tanks, that's when things are getting heated, folks. They are getting heated over here. Michael also threatening 2 flips, or 1 flip and a property grab up north. If he gets those properties, folks, that is going to be 22 to 16. That is basically a death sentence, folks. You don't want to be fighting into that. All right. Jess putting up his fight still, putting up a fight. Unfortunately, the battlecopters just don't have a whole lot of firepower, folks. But that center just got hit so hard. Po1and threatening a flip on a property right now. Oh, that's all he's able to do. Michael is about to get 2 properties. 2 flipping properties, folks, and even interrupts the capture even more. I believe that should be enough. Yeah, that is enough. He's going to hold on to that property for at least a little bit longer, folks. At least 1 day longer. But those two properties right now, this is 22,000 income to 16,000 income, folks. That is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting difference right now. Oh my god. So that's going to be like 9. Oh, yeah, he can bust out so much. He can literally bust out anything that he wants right now. Michael played a fantastic game. He's been playing absolutely genius moves over here. But Po1and has also been very, very aggressive. And I don't really know. I mean, Jess is a really solid pick, folks. Jess is a solid pick. But when it comes to maps where battlecopters are really good, it's kind of difficult for Jess to keep up with the likes of Adder. But I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen, folks. I've been around in advanced modes for a very long time, and I've seen many things happen. And almost nothing surprises me, folks. Nothing surprises me. Boom. Absolutely massive turn over here, folks. Massive flipping turn. Po1and moves in, takes a few engagements, manages to injure a copter, doesn't take the copter out, sacrifices a tank, and then ends turn. Day 20, Michael, 89,100 value, 20 properties. So Po1and's managed to get a property back. He got a property back, maybe even 2. So the income is not much of a difference now. Not much different. Oh, but Michael pops in the center there, grabs another property, and then Po1and resigns, folks. Absolutely justified resign over here from Po1and. Po1and is one of the best players when it comes to live, and he does win the majority of his matches. But today is Michaelozbl's day. What a fantastic game from him, folks. Rank 32 right now in the live standard ladder. Fantastic player, folks. Fantastic player indeed. What a match. What a match indeed, folks. Crazy game. Hopefully you all enjoyed that one. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel, folks. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.